carbohydrates fall. Now to start with, we're going to see that these organic molecules can be classified broadly into two categories. The first one is what we refer to as a polyhydroxy aldehydes. So we have polyhydroxy aldehydes as one of the first classes of carbohydrates, and we have what we call the polyhydroxy ketones. Now, from our discussion about the concept of organic chemistry and some of the functional groups that we had mentioned, I'm going to put a link of the videos in the description box so that you can check about the nomenclature of aldehydes and ketones. Now, in this case, from these particular names for the two product categories of carbohydrates, we can be able to infer that basically from the prefix poly, that one means loosely, as I can say, the concept of many or more than 2 or 3 molecules. And then the concept of hydroxide, then we know that we have a functional group that is going to contain that specific molecule, or maybe a charged particle or molecule in that sense. And then aldehydes, we say that the functional group for aldehyde can be illustrated using this specific alpha radical and H consisting of hydrogen. And basically at this specific center we have what we call a carbon. So, and then lastly we have what we call ketones. So that one we have a carbonyl carbon that is attached to two radical groups for I and R prime respectively. So the interaction between these three specific groups is going to give us a broader definition of these two classes or types of carbohydrates. And we're going to see shortly the different classifications or subcategories of these specific carbohydrates that I've talked about. Now basically then we're going to move into classifications of these carbohydrates and try to see which are some of these different classes of carbohydrates that we have. Now for classification of carbohydrates, they are classified according to or based on the word saccharide. So basically carbohydrates are classified based on the word saccharide that is derived from the Greek word saccharum, which basically refers to sugar. So basically these are just sugars, as we can roughly say, and therefore we're going to use different prefixes and this